Hey, this is Joey Sturgis with Gear Gods at NAMM 2016. So Joey Sturgis Tones is my audio plugin company where I design custom-built audio tools for empowering creators. And we just released a new limiter called Finality. It comes in two flavors. We have Advanced and Light. Advanced obviously with more advanced controls and for the more advanced engineer, and Light for the more novice beginner type. Finality is basically my idea of making a chameleon limiter. It doesn't really go down a narrow path. It can be really versatile, work with all kinds of different instruments. And I've added some interesting controls on there that you don't normally see on a lot of limiters. Also, it includes a mix knob, which allows you to, do your parallel processing as well. We're working with some interesting artists. I can't reveal who they are yet, but we are going to be collaborating with some musicians to create some very interesting plugins this year, and just continuing to expand the product line and continuing to make tools that are creative. Yeah, for Finality Light, we tried to just go for something that was a little bit more broadband. You're not gonna, if you need to put a limiter on some drums and really get in there and make a lot of changes and interact with your drum sound, you're going to want advanced. Light is going to be really good. I mean, you could use Light on drums, but it's going to be really good for guitars, vocals, and your basic quick rough mix mastering type applications, or just generally making things louder and decreasing the dynamic range. It's got the algorithm a little bit more basic, doesn't take up as much CPU, and can be used in a more broadband sense. So DRUMFORGE.com, DRUMFORGE are our company. We're creating sample libraries and audio plugins, just trying to solve the problem of drums, right? There's a lot of things that go into getting good drum sounds and drum mixes, and so we're trying to create products to solve that gap. And if you're not familiar with us, check it out, DRUMFORGE.com. Our most recent sample library we put out is called the Eyal Levi Expansion Pack, and you might know of Eyal from some of the metal community and the metal productions that he's been a part of. Basically, we gave him some drum samples that we recorded in a very detailed fashion and just let him go wild with them. And he added in his own samples, combined them with our samples, did some outboard gear mixing on there, and put his own spin and flavor on what we do as a company and how we record drums, and tried to make them fit more into the metal genre. So the thing that's really interesting about Eyal Levi's expansion pack is that he has given you a breakdown of what a metal drum sound is. So on a snare drum, for example, you have a snap control, you have a body control, you can control the verb. All those kind of things are on separate sliders, and you can do your own blend and come up with your own sound. So any two people using this library will come out with completely different sounds from each other, which we feel is a very powerful tool for creating drum sounds. So DF Excite is DRUMFORGE's first audio processing plugin. It's a multi-band exciter. If you don't know what an exciter is, it's basically an EQ/distortion that kind of saturates your signal in different ways, and we have different forms of distortion. It's not just one. So you've got 3 options on each band, and the bands are split creatively so that if you're working with a snare drum, they make sense, versus working with a kick drum, they make sense for that instrument. So you can choose your mode, what kind of instrument are you working with, go in and set your desired excitement on each band and get some really interesting results. And we've had Kane Churko has been raving about it and using it in his stuff, and he's working with bands like Papa Roach and In This Moment and stuff. So if you're excited about new tools to get that extra 10% drum sound that you're looking for in your drum mixing, you should check out DF Excite. Hey, look forward to reviews of Joey Sturgis Tones, DRUMFORGE, and NailTheMix.com at GearGods.net. Available, and Koa tops available. Variable wattage.
What's going on, guys? Fluff, 2 Notes Audio Engineering.